Hello and welcome. I decided to start at this screen just so I can you know, show everybody the queue. It's like 2 in the afternoon. 1:51. So I'll see you all in a little bit. Okay, where am I loading into? As you can see in the timer, that's how long not the timer, the time in the right hand side, that was how long I've been waiting. During that time, I was watching funny things on my phone. Mini to funny. Zimmin, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon. Either I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat there, and I'll join shortly. So yeah, so that basically is a bit of an explanation why in the previous times when I say I would get back to this, I didn't. That is why. I was expecting that type of reception, but since I couldn't record earlier today because I went to my grandparents, yeah. And now I realize I'm almost out of water. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Baruch Evo, proprietor of Expelay of Tyr. I forgot if I checked the timer or not. I did. I mean, not the timer, the recording. Recording good. Praying not so much. As you know, my sub is just open to anyone, people hailing from across Dawntrail, and sometimes further. Come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. Thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. Oh no, it's the Goldsmith Guildmaster! He's here! Oh dear! As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am... Welcome! What will you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes, I am a P. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the passage of the unbound. My secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in place where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand the words are everything. But I digress. I invite you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who dare to mock and belittle me, so long as I can achieve it. You can call me whatever you like. The rich and the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my hair. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring above, we shall take flight, spread our wicked wings, and stain the azure skies black. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. Well, you speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here to look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With the newfound might is my beck and call, I shall win adoration not only to by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Dawntrail. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventure hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. And my imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Well, yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by desperate tribes to make their home, Dawntrail continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to these so-called treasures matters not. Each contains the essence of fearsome beasts called Dawntrail, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open onto the world. We begin at once. There goes that 7. They didn't order a single thing. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nevertheless. They left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. I don't think I would say either of these. Well, you know what? I cannot say the first one because I don't know what the fuck's with them. The second one, though, yes, villainous indeed. And right there in their name, they're unbound by manners and respect, and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Eh? Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help, recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with its same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Oh, it's a scavenger hunting across the world! Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they are at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now I know your business in Dawntrail, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take the time to hear Aral Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. And with that, I will say something that you probably all have noticed since the beginning. A lack of an orange kitty. I went looking for stuff that I can use for editing. Couldn't find anything that wasn't incredibly expensive. So no orange kitty. I've probably blurred the corner instead, but you know, probably not as good as orange kitty because I couldn't find anything that would allow me to put a picture of Brutus. Greetings, allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. You've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Ramaja. At the risk of being a daily nuisance, I must ask, has there been any development you might share? A nuisance? Well, I perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other than the vaunted Zedman has agreed to aid to the search. Finally, fortune turned. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to our nations, if these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Torelli in search of aid. Lazui has come here from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. An heirloom that Naya Pine must recover affects terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. The search for Shelpa's tribe's treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. And lastly, there is Tusui, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact. Decide that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Are you forgetting someone, Raja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Raja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effects of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Majayim. That tribe's 5 stolen treasures all are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be used, Edmund. I am not a brave soul. I do fear... Oh, no. I just know I'm not a brave soul. I'm just... What's the term? Uncaring. I'm an uncaring soul. Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You only need to ask. I know that I will not hold it against you if you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you can do what you can, the people of Dawntrail might even further, maybe even further, will be in your debt. You gain access to role quests. Have fun. Well, I can do 2 of these currently. As I am playing as Power Forgotten. Hello, did Vera send you to help recover our stolen treasure? Thank the heavens, and judging by assortment you learned in the arcane arts, yes? If so, we've a need of your power and wisdom. Truth be told, it is wisdom that we require most. You see, even though the treasure has been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its true nature. In ages past, the forests of our homeland were plagued with terrible beasts, a constant source of fear and danger. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure known as the Perch of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters from the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure and enshrined it within the village. As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear, yet as our struggle faded into memory, stories surrounding the Perch of the Apex became legend, then myth. Now none live as certain as to its true power. It's Prince Bacon! Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain wielded his way into our trust, then stole upon my husband, the treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unaware with a terrible blow, and then left him unconscious. He has yet to awake, so my daughter, Tepeki, has set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts and chose the path of the sword. She's out to shank a bitch! That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks. Should the ancient power be unleashed, please, if you can find it in your heart to help Tepeki, I would be forever grateful. Consider it done. If there's a mystic artifact involved, count me in. I don't give a shit about the artifact. Oh, thank you, thank you. Now, our only clue is the thief's whereabouts is from something that he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called Rotzit Han. That is where Tepeki decided to bring her search, so she boarded a ferry board there by way of Luminsa Lomonsa, with her trusted sword and shield close at hand. That's how you'll know her. She agreed to stay in Russet Han to gather information until 8 arrived. I know nothing of this place, but it's likely she can be found in a marketplace or some such. Please bring our treasure and my daughter safely home. I have a lamp. And I have this little wand thing with a white ball on the end. Have you ever played with one of those toys with electricity? With glass, with electricity you put your hands on, and the electricity follows your hands, your fingers? It does that, but there's no glass. So I just electrocute your fingers and toes with it. I'm tasing people with this. At least 20 times, at most 20 times. So I've yet to find someone with more than 10 fingers and 10 toes. But when I do, the number's gonna go up. And that means naked. Hello. Oh, are you looking for me whatsoever for? Zedman, and you say my mother sent you? I take it she's already explained the details, such as how we know next to nothing of the treasure and its capabilities. We know only the legends passed down through our forebears. To go on, they speak of a trail vidal of an owl who that once terrorized the forest, who was solely sealed within the perch of the apex. Oh, so that's what happened to me, owl. I don't think I ever told this story. When I was born, there was an owl. Suddenly an owl appeared outside my room. And it would be out there. It's just like out there always all night. Just right outside my... It just lived outside my room. And it was like that for a very long time, and then suddenly one day it disappeared. And considering owls are considered birds of death in multiple cultures, such as old French, the old French cultures, with it being the what was it, the bird of the Ankou? I can never remember the name of death. Or the fairy of death. That's also the reason why trains just have some association with owls, because the screeching of when the train's slowing down is like owls screech. But yeah, I do have a bit of a connection with owls, which and owls are connected to death and wisdom, so. But I was just saying. Oh yeah, and my grandma thought I was going to would jokingly laugh that I would die because the owl would stay outside my room, like outside my window and stuff, after I was born. After she made that joke, the owl went outside her window. So yeah, I was told this story when a few years ago. But I don't know if I've ever told that story on here. I basically had an owl just staring at me through the window when I was little. Well, not when I was little, when I was a baby. Because like I said, this happened after I got home from the hospital after I was born. But anyway. The tales have only become more vague as the mists of time obscure the treasure's origins. Even our village eldest remembers not but an ominous warning uttered by those who wield its magics. The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. It's clear that despite owing their safety to the apex power, our foe bearers viewed it as something to be feared. It might be truly immense. Now, onto the matter of the thief. It's that man that just walked past us! During our brief acquaintance, he made plain his desire to bring change to Reset Han. Naturally, I started my search here, and have been seeking anyone who's expressed dissatisfaction with the status quo. Sure enough, I soon heard stories of a recent arrival, a self-styled savior of Reset Han, who proclaimed that he will lead the city to greatness and calls himself the Justicator. He apparently taken on the burden of personally examining the beasts, exterminating the beasts which infest Thafnir's wilds. He made a great show of claiming he alone is equal to the task. While he certainly draws a crowd with his boasting, they only watch with morbid curiosity as he sets off into the jungles alone. I realize this could have nothing to do with our problem, but even the smallest lead must be pursued. I've heard he's often gives his speeches at the region's smaller settlements. So shall we go to see this Justicator for ourselves? It's decided. I hear Yeldenheim would be a good place to start. Hopefully we can find our next crumb of a clue. Brings good fortune but misery for all. I'm gonna keep this thing. I'm just gonna open up and just release the soul. And then beat the shit out of it. Hopefully it'll purify it. It did with the other ones. Examining we're in luck, this boy saw the very man we seek. It seems he gave the same grand speech about saving the people, claiming the danger lurks nearby before venturing forth to combat it alone. Yet the Radianos could not well stand idle. If he truly were beasts afoot, one of them followed him. All we need to do is pick up their trail. I ran towards the shroud, but you might be able to spot him from Gedalia's footsteps. You can see the whole forest from there. Thank you. You've been very helpful. So Zemin, let's head there and see what we can do. Okay. To the place of the dancer. I wish I was wearing pants. I should have thought this through first. Now then, let us begin our search. Since I've never actually seen the Justicator, I suggest we find the Radiant Host soldiers first. They do all wear similar armor after all. I got my blow darts ready. I see you. Whatever that is, it isn't moving anymore. Could have been one of the things Justicator fell. That must be him, but what happened? We better get down there quickly. Not to worry, I mean, he's unconscious, but otherwise appears unharmed. This rock hit him in the head. What happened? Hello. We heard you came here in pursuit of the juice Decatur. Do you remember anything? Yes, I eventually found him. He was confronting that fiend that now lies dead. Oh, he is the one in the armor. At last, the great Rajatan, I shall bring unending peace to this bewildered land. We're brave to follow in my path. Few indeed possess the mettle to even consider the terrors that threaten our home, let alone stand against them. Courageous though you may be, you are far too weak to fell a beast so mighty. Quit this place with your life while you're able. I can't see! I am of the Radiant Host. If I ran with such a meager prey, I would make him a laughing stock. How bold, so long death is in the eyes, thou flinching. I doubt not your convention to defend Rajatan, yet I believe it appears before mine. It's a totem piece. Oh, Apex, bestow upon me your divine might. Maybe you should open it. You don't need my call, I require your power more than ever. Is something supposed to happen? Am I yet unworthy? Or mayhap this is a button I must press. Or it's passive. You must harness you enter Magoo! You must Magoo the fiend! That's how I get through life. It's not exactly what I expected. Since I'll dispose of this pest. Just give me a moment. It cannot end like this. I won't be made a fool. Come on, you multi-trick at work, transforming me into the future. Yeah, kind of figured that was it. He brandished that idol and became wreathed in a mysterious light, and then boulders started falling from the sky. Down they came, one after the other, then when I must have been struck unconscious. Our girl only found me, but I think I heard the man mumbling, quite excitedly, as if he had come upon a sudden realization, or as if he was overtaken by madness. It boosts your luck and decreases the luck of all around you. Or just decreases the luck of all around you. Seems he got away unscathed. Either he had an incredible stroke of luck, or whatever he was beseeching had to actually answered. As I suspected, the adjudicator is the self-same thief who stole the perch of the apex. But no doubt he long departed from here. First, I'll escort this fellow back to yelled Ahmad, and keep an close eye on him. Head wounds can have dreadful after effects. Speaking of which, now I'm curious. Character. Okay, so we're going to start getting gear that's better than what I already got. Okay. The soldier made his way to Rutset Han to make a formal report, and what an odd report it will be. His account seemed to align with legends of the treasure's powers. The wielder escaped unharmed and brought ruin to those around him. Could these fallen rocks have been a freak accident? I'm not so sure. Won't believe it. He came back. Who came back? The Judas Skater? Yes, not long ago after you left. He said he beat up a monster that knocked out a Radiant, and he was laughing his head off. Did he really do that? Is he really stronger than the Radiants? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Oh, mate, can't stop talking about him. He wants to be just like this Judas Skater. His mom and dad weren't happy about that, though. I advise you and your friends to look for a different role model. But we thank you for telling us what happened. Well, there's one less being skulking about, I suppose. He may have been simply testing the treasure's capabilities. As far as we know, he's yet to use its power to evil ends. I find his motivation a mystery. To steal the perch of the apex by force, only to come here to Thavnair and use it for good. It makes no sense. You've heard tell of the passage of the Unbound, yes? Maybe many have ventured to Valkal claim to be their victim. Dawntrail claiming to be their victims, yet here they would be saviors? If he had such noble goals, then why did he stoop to such devious deception? What could he be plotting? I don't know, use it on the dragon? But that's nothing here nor there. He stole from my people, and that misdeed can't be forgiven. Bridge of the Apex helped us win peace. By its might, our forebears built the foundation of the lives we now lead. Until recently, it stood silent, a symbol of our pride as a people. It reminded us that we carved our home with that inhospitable wilderness. Being trusted with its protection is a great honor. I was so proud of my father when the elders chose him, so proud to be his daughter. But since the day it was stolen, some of the other villagers made their disdain towards him only too clear. I couldn't bear it. That's why I must get it back, to restore my village's pride and my father's reputation. There's still so much we don't know about the Justicator. But we have to assume he's learned to wield the Apex's power. I can't say whether those falling rocks have anything to do with it, but I won't discount it outright. I'll continue looking into his whereabouts. Well, we still have so many questions. We both of us working together will find answers soon enough. Oh, we can do the next one already. Zedman, I'm afraid there has been some developments that are less than encouraging. News of the Justicator's actions have spread throughout the city, and with each retelling, his deeds become more valorous. The younger citizens, in particular, seem to view him as something of an idol. Despite the creatures he hunts posing no real danger, he would paint them as mighty beasts in need of felling. Of course, the Radiant hosts are far too busy to trouble themselves culling every pest that casts a sideways glance at the city's gates. Yet the Juicegator has twisted circumstances to his advantage. He proclaims to anyone who listened to the Radiant hosts shriek with terror before the beast, and that he's the only one who can eradicate them. Though you might expect such claims to be dismissed as wild rambling, it seems no few people have fallen for his ploy. The whispers of his exploits among the youth have particularly grown into a clamor. Yet we mustn't be discouraged, for his increasing fame only makes it easier for us to sniff out his trail, and we're better to start than rots at Han. I'll see you there, Zedman. Back we go! Given how large the city is, let's split up to cover more ground. I already have a destination in mind, the High Crucible. I hear the alchemists there can concoct all manner of tinctures and powders, including those which help in detecting traces of energies left behind by magics and enchanted tools. All rogues have irreparably marked locations where the Juicegator has performed one of his feats, and I believe an alchemical mixture can help us determine if their presence is the work of the treasure. I'm hardly an expert in such concoctions, though, so I'll seek advice at the High Crucible. While I'm doing that, I would ask that you go to the Hall of the Radiant Hosts and see if they have any new information on the Juicegator's whereabouts. Does that sound so agreeable to you? Great. Now let us both have. Now that both of us have our tests, let's get to them. I'll eat back here once my business is done. What does it do? It has the power to summon rock. I cast rock. I like to believe that only one of the rocks hit the toad, and one rock just barely missed the guy who used the totem. And that every time he uses it, everybody except for him gets hit with a rock, but there's always a rock for him that just barely misses. Yeah, the way the Radiant Host is over here. Yep, he's still here. Hello. I'm tired of hearing about this Juicegator. His popularity among the city's underlings is quite becoming a cause for concern. Try as we might to refute his claims that the Radiant Hosts are allowing monstrous beasts to run amok unchecked. You know how young minds are impressionable and difficult to change once set. We initially disregarded him as a boastful eccentric, but his alarming sway over the populace can no longer be ignored. He can no longer be ignored! We are at present considering whether to open a formal investigation into his activities. You and this ally of yours have done well in your search for thus far. You even have a working theory about the falling stones. Quite impressive. Several of our numbers have encountered him during their patrols, only to lose sight of him under a hail of rocks. Such incidents have become all too frequent, and many in our ranks demand we act. For now, I'm afraid this is all the help I can offer. Please share what I told you with your companion, and together we may yet unmask the Judicator. I cast tracking rocks. I cast boulder. The boulder is confused at why I am here. Why boulder is here. The boulder would like to leave. Boulder is sinking into the ground. The boulder is stuck. Yep, just more naked people. Heartening to know the Radiant hosts are taking this seriously. Thank you for speaking with them, Zedman. I have good tidings as well. I explained the situation to the alchemist, and they provided powder that should help detect traces of magic in the surrounding environment. I say help because the powder reacts only faintly on its own. To function properly, it requires the skill of one practiced in the arcane arts. Luckily, I have you. I draw pictures in the book. I'm committed to the location of all sightings of the Judicator to memory, and the closest to us was the perfumed rice. Let's hope this powder works as intended. Actually, the only thing I write in the Manderville book is Carbuncle. I just summoned Carbuncle. Everything else just kind of happens because of we don't even know. I don't even know what's said in this book. It's written in Mandervillian. I would ask Godbert to tell me. But I don't think Godbrand. What was it? God damn it. Now I need to look it up. What was his name again? I have his card. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it is Godbert. Godbert Manderville. Rock. That rock crushed a flower. Judicator was sighted near here, and I didn't see any other conspicuous stones around, so I sprinkled the powder over this one. Now concentrating your focus or inner eye or whatever it is that the locus of your power. See if you can detect any unnatural forces. Just picks up Carbuncle, just shakes it over it. Carbuncle will know what to do. Fine, I'll be serious. I sense Earth? Aspected ether? It is a rock. This is indeed a rock. So were you able to detect anything? I know you could do it, so because there are no crystals in the rock, the energy you detected must be the remnants of some kind of spell. Is that right? And taking the story of the Radiant we rescued previously into account, we can conclude that Judicator uses the treasure to call those stones down from the sky. At least we now have an inkling of its true nature. Even so, not every question has been answered. The writing told us that even as the Adjudicator stood before the creature, he seemed to have trouble calling forth the Apex's power at first. My father once said that the perch of the Apex is much like the wand he used to weave his magics. Of course, the main difference between them is the unique nature of the essence stored within the treasure. Yeah, considering the guy uses bows and is in armor, I don't think he knows how to use magic. Maybe it's able to do other things than call down stones, but since there's an idiot wielding it, it's just making stones fall from the sky. I know little of such arcane instruments, but you must be quite familiar with them. How do you use them? I bludgeon people! I channel ether into it, I perform incantations, I rely on sheer willpower! That's not wrong. Once I run out of MP, I just start bludgeoning things with my book. Which is very rarely, and I might do it even if I'm not out of MP. I might bludgeon you out of fun. See, if determination and intent are what's required, I dare say the Adjudicator has his share. If little else, even with all his fervent yelling, it took a while for the rocks to appear from the sky. I suppose the perch of the Apex possesses some unique method of activation. When I spoke to the representatives of the other tribes about their treasures, no one mentioned special techniques being required, not that the rocks should have such in common to begin with. You two, did you see an Aru girl pass through here by herself? I'm afraid not. What happened? Wait, I recognize you both, the hero of the final days and our recent visitor from Sorrel. Apologies for imposition, but may I beg of your assistance? It's all that Adjudicator's fault. The girl said she was off to join that fool's crusade and ran off to yelled Mint before anyone could stop her. Her mother begged us to find her, but if she's following the Adjudicator, she could be anywhere. You see, he's been sighted at locations scattered all over Thafnir. We can't stand here looking at rocks while a girl is in danger, especially if the Adjudicator is involved. We have to help. That'd be most appreciated. We've searched places where the Adjudicator's been spotted before, so perhaps you can start there. He hadn't been seen. Good idea. As far as I know, he hasn't been sighted at the northern shores. Come now, Zedman. I don't say no incantations. And I don't even remember what the first one was. I rely on sheer willpower. At least that's what I write in this book. Oh, I'm actually going to have to fight something now. Come on, show me the big circle. Oh, hi. Yep. There we go. Murdering time. Why are they rambling? That's my job. I heard fighting, so I came as fast as I could. It's a good thing you arrived in time to save the girl. Thank you, mister, thank you. Glad yourself, but your mother must be worried sick. You shouldn't wander off like that, especially not to look for a trickster like the adjudicator. What, you mean he's a bad man? Yes, exactly. He stole an important treasure from my village, and now he's using it to make himself look brave. But he needs it to kill the monsters to protect us. That's no excuse for stealing. He might have fooled you younglings, but the Radiant Host knows what he's up to. But he said he saved us from the monsters. He's our hero. Radiants said we shouldn't be scared, but we all know the Justicator is the one who keeps us safe. We don't need the Radiants anymore. They would be very upset to hear that. No hero can save the world alone. I'm sorry, I didn't say bad things about the Radiants. I shouldn't say bad things about the Radiants. Protected everyone in the final days. I guess I forgot how much they care about us. I'm sorry too, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that after all you've been through. You said the Justicator's a thief and trickster, but I hope it's not true. He's my hero. That's sad. You're sad. I'll best escort her to Yellowhamad. I'll meet you there later, Zedman. You can't even look at him on sunny days. His armor blinds you. And again, that is a good tactic to use against your enemies, but then again, for some enemies, that's just a good way to shoot you. I just need to find the general direction. My shots will take him down. A big enough explosion will work. Especially if you throw hand grenades at him. Today's been a relatively quiet day. Not like the previous times where I see a lot of people chatting. That's good. I like when the chat's quiet, so I can read the green texts. Girl and her mother are reunited, and I think we can both give ourselves a pat on the back. They're on their way now to inform the Radiant Host. That's all as well. I'd like to apologize for before. I let my emotions get the better of me, and Haggard the Power Girl when she was hardly to blame for anything. I really should have been scolding myself. Simon, there's something I neglected to tell you before. The man who calls himself the Justicator came to us in the guise of a worldly merchant. He was eager to ask about the Perch of the Apex and its history, and I was equally eager to tell him, not even considering what he might do with the information. I'm so proud of my father for being appointed as its guardian. I suppose I was trying to impress a stranger out of sheer vanity. The vanity led to my father being attacked and the treasure being stolen from under our noses. I have no choice but to make amends for my mistake and bring it back. Yet some are convinced that the Justicator's acts only to serve the greater good. I cannot accept that he might not be rotten as I thought, and I lashed out at the wrong person. From now on, I can't let my emotions cloud my judgment. I must remain calm and look at the facts for what they are. And the facts say that the Justicator has done no harm to the people of Fafnir. Even so, the organization he serves, the Passage of the Unbound, is evil to its very core. If its actions at my village are not villainy, I don't know what is. The situation is fraught with contradictions. I still don't know what to think about. What about you, Zedman? Even if he hasn't attacked anyone, his actions are stirring unrest. I agree, he speaks of justice and heroism with great bluster, yet there is something we're missing. Thank you, Zedman, for your wise words. I sometimes find it difficult to keep my heart from skewering my perception. So I'm grateful that you keep here to help me see clearly. So it seems our objective is unchanged. We track down the man who stole my people's sacred treasure. Whatever his intentions may be, unraveling them comes secondary to finding the man himself. I'll continue to pour my free effort into the search, so stop by from time to time. I may have something new to share with you. Uh, 94, which, we'll be back in a few minutes. Because we got, what, 2 or 3 quests? Yeah, what I'm thinking I'm going to be doing for this episode is I'm just going to do these quests. Like the non-story quests. And then after that, I'll call an episode and go do the story. I'm in a pickle. Can't exactly deliver the order if I'm lost. Now can I curse these twisting streets? You're there with your decidedly unflappable composure. You know your way around these streets, yes? Could you pay a visit to my customers and let them know I've brought their orders? Brilliant! Now you'll be looking for 2 different houses in the resplendent quarters. First has a deep blue yellow walls with feathers decorating the hung from the eaves. Blue and yellow, man lives there with very elegant Hanu. Second is home of a ferocious moblin with blue and yellow roof. A storehouse and protected faces out front. Oh dear! I don't actually remember what I just said. Look for Hanu in front of blue and yellow with moblin. Look for the feathers in the pots and the feathers in the pots. The potty feathers. Feathers in the pots and the pots and the feathers with the feathers in the pots. Why are there feathers in these pots? And why are they lit on fire? This doesn't go up any higher. I'm equally new here, but I'll do it. It's not like I got anything better to do. My ears itchy. What was the color of this roof? It's yellow. So building hose is designed to keep shady cool with the building homes keep water tight. Okay, so it's not you. Well, continue the art of home invasion. A visitor come in and enjoy a moment of respite from the sweltering heat. Jeremy, you mean to say my package is arrived? I had some dried reeds imported from Akahano. You see, ordered them as soon as the crop had recovered. Though I may live in Dawntrail now, I'm always kept my homeland close to heart. To a Hanu like myself, there is no greater comfort than the smell of reeds when I walk through the door. Speaking of which, I'd better go fetch them, haven't I? There's a few areas that could do with a bit of touching up. Oh, that explains it. This house is right outside the area. Oh, since oh, well, I can't go in that building. I can't commit home invasion in there. He just leaves his door open. Oh! I'm being told apparently the server crashed. I don't think it was this server. I think they're talking about a different server. Oh, ah! My shins are broken. Yeah, let me up. Oh, hello. A switch rollover of mold flour is here at last. Now I have all the ingredients to crafty baked loafers of rot bread. Haven't heard of mold flour? Mix a blend of wheat in my coxetines with a sweet stink smell. In Earthshire, all bread and cookies are crafty baked with it. Essential element of traditional Mabi cuisine. Since stingy shopkeepers of Dawntrail refused to stock it, my only option was to bulk buy with a Pelo goods bearer. Now let's go and bring back my package. Many thanks to kind Lowlander. Guess nobody's just talking about how they were doing D&D but the server crashed. Okay. Ah, there's a sightseeing spot over there. Hey mister, will you help me? Earlier today I got a pretty painting of the city from a Shitana painter, and I showed it to my mom and she really liked it. Then she sent me to deliver this fruit as a thank you gift. But now the painter isn't here anymore. I don't know what to do. Could you help me look around? Yeah, okay, so the painter was going to make one more picture like this. Which means whenever we can see this view, where we'll find him. Oh, let me just grab that. So let's find the painter. The picture showed on the shows the rooftop harbor from above. So I must be taken from somewhere up high. You now have a small child with you. Greetings, traveler. Oh, and I see you brought a little Momo Jow from earlier. I was looking all over for you. My mom said to give you this as our thanks for the pretty painting. And also, you dropped this picture too. Came all this way just to thank me with a snack. Far too kind, little one. It was little more than a doodle. I was rewarded enough by the smile on your face. I take it you're her chaperone then? Thank you for looking out for her. I'm going to be arrested for kidnapping. This town has a special place in my heart. We, Shitona, are a long-lived people, and I've had the good fortune of watching the community sprout up from nothing. I used to think this country would never amount to much, but seeing all these vibrant cultures thriving alongside one another in harmony, I wish to immortalize its beauty with what talent yet remains to me. You must really love Dawntrail, huh? Well, don't worry, me and my mom are going to love your painting forever and ever and ever. It is an honor, little one. Now then, seeing as I've finished my current painting, I think it's time I found a new vista to admire. I hope to see you around, friends. Here's a book of vistas. Have fun. I never really thought about how pretty our town is. I feel like I learned something today. I didn't. Thanks again for helping me find the painter, mister. I'm going to take good care of this picture. That I will. But before you go, here, this is for you. It's a rock. My eyes. Okay, gotta keep all my food. I gotta organize my food. Breathtaking, isn't it? I wager you'd be hard-pressed to find a more majestic drum anywhere. Until people tell me that's a drum, I don't see it as one. I see it literally as like a disc with blazers in front of it. That's how I see it every time. Alas, exposed to the elements, it requires a lot of upkeep, which is where we of the fife and drums corpse come in. Speaking of which, what's taking him so long? Say, you strike me as a dependable sort. Might I trouble you to find our new recruit? He was tasked with handling today's inspection. Given how long it's taking him, it's possible he ran into trouble, but I'm supposed to be supervising things here. Check behind the tower and you could find him. Up, he is above. It's like, do you mean like on the ground floor? Which floor? Or can I help you? Wait, the drum major sent you. Good God, gods be good. I've wasted too much time. I've already finished checking the drum in the tower, mind you, but I just had to go and drop my tools. Now I can't find them. Will you help me look? I could really use a second pair of eyes right now. I don't got my glasses on. And I refuse to put them on. Because every time I put my glasses on, they immediately get dirty, and then I have to clean them. Then I put them on my face, and they immediately get dirty, so I have to take them off and clean them again. So I said I just prefer to go blind. And don't even think about me getting contacts. Because the same thing would happen, but I'd have to remove the contact, clean the contact, put the contact back in, which will hurt like a son of a bitch. If I were to believe what what I've been told about when you get your contacts in the wrong way. Because I do have a friend who uses contacts, and my dad used contacts for years. And yes, I do have glasses. I have a pair right next to me. Which, like I said, I don't really ever use. The only time I ever use them is if I have to watch a movie downstairs. Any luck? Contains myriad instruments which to test or repair a drum's condition. Oh, I'm so glad you found them. Your lifesaver, truly. If I dared to report back without them, the major would have drilled me to a fine char. With that settled, I really must return to my other duties. I'd be most grateful if you could inform the major on my behalf. There you are. I'm told you helped our recruit find the inspection kit after he dropped it. Your generosity means more to our community than you might realize. This drum is essential for the protection and well-being of our people. It not only marks a time of day, but also honors the Lands Guard returning home from duty. And in times of crisis, it can be used to warn the populace of danger. That is why we must keep it in pristine condition at all times. But of course, our most common duty as the FIFA and Drums Corps is to perform as a musical ensemble. It takes tremendous upper arm strength to beat a drum of this scale, and as major my job is to pound our greenest recruits into shape. Perhaps I've been slacking. Before I forget, take this, you've earned it. Bye bye. Have a good time. I actually wonder what titles I have. These I don't even remember how I got them. I see you managed to find them thanks to you. The package has safely reached my customer's hands or paws, claws. In the meantime, I've been browsing Bayside Bevy. The shops have all the most common daily necessities, along with a variety of goods from other far-flung corners of Terrell. But Terrell is a melting pot of cultures and their own unique needs. And sometimes the limited selection here doesn't cut it. That's where we come in. As peddlers, we travel to these distant locales, buy their most sought-after goods, and deliver them to the residents here for a price, mind. Speaking of travel, did you come here from Eorzea by chance? I have yet to venture over there for imported goods, but one of these days I might just have to make the trip. Oh, and before we forget, your feed. And with that, it looks like we're out of quests. So I'll see you all in the next.